Okay, so let's continue down here. I might revisit this area a little bit later on, but I'm going to carry on down here. So to start with, we've got the olive, it's the olive green yellowish. I'm going to mark out these feathers, map them out like I have been, and we'll start filling them in. So just to map out where we are, we've got the edging of the wing here, and then we've got a little dark sort of triangle bit here. Obviously I've cut him off just here. You might have, done more of the bird, but this is where I'm stopping. And so yeah, I've got the olive green yellowish. Can't talk today. So I'm just gonna fill in the edges of the feathers, just so we know where they are. So we've got quite a frilly little bit coming here. I'm just going to roughly, I've got one coming over this side. That's the start of the big feather, and then it starts getting darker. So I think I'll just go up to here. Let's just put these ones in. And it's quite dark coming up through here, so I'm just going to fill that in, I think. Let's just fill this in as well with this colour. It's quite dark coming through here. I might just take a little bit out actually, just get my rubber. Just lighten that there a little. Okay, so I think that's mapped it out quite well. Let's just take a bit out of there actually. That's it. I'm going to go with the dark indigo now, because I just want to put a bit of blue coming in here around the edges of the feathers. Just going back to the yellowish green on, what is it now? olive green yellowish. That's it. Let's go back to the dark indigo. Okay, I've now got the earth green yellowish, and I just want to pretty much cover all these feathers with this colour. I'm going to leave that one there because that's a different colour. I'm just checking the direction, like with this one it's just coming over this way, this one's coming round. Okay, and then let's do these ones. Okay, and then this one. So that's the base colour in. I'm just going to get that one in. Now, I think it was the jade we used. Yes, the jade green in the Pablo. Just want to fill this in. I need to do a bit more shading on it as well, but we'll come back to that one. We've got that in now. I'm just going back to the earth green yellowish. I just want to put a bit of this colour coming up into these lighter ones, just to graduate it a bit nicer. Because we have got some of that coming through here. I'm just seeing if I've come up too high here. I mean, it doesn't really matter. So I don't have to be exactly the same as the photo, but I try and get it as close as possible. Okay, now we've got like a bit of a yellow coming through here. So I'm thinking of a yellowy colour, but also I need to make it a bit deeper green. So I'm going to put a bit of Naples yellow in, which we have used, just to put a bit of this in here. And it's more green down here, so I'm not going to put it right down there. Okay, and then I think I'm going to go back to the olive, where is it now? The olive green yellowish. And let's start refining them a bit more. So we've got the shade in here, so we need to graduate these together a bit more. I might put that over this jade green as well. That's partially in the shade there. Okay, that's okay. Right, so let's just continue to put a bit more detail in these feathers now. Right, so we've got some feathers that are broken up here, so just need to keep checking the reference photo. So we've got a darker bit there where the feather breaks, and it starts coming over here. Okay, let's come back to this one a bit more. I think we'll get a bit more dark indigo back in actually in a minute. Let's put a bit more of that up here on the lighter ones. Okay, let's come back over this side. So I'm switching between the two because I just want them to join nicely. And then we've got another break of feathers this side. I'm avoiding to sharpen my pencil because I don't want the lines to be sharp, so I'm just turning my pencil around just so I've got a good point but not sharp. You probably noticed I just keep turning my pencil around. And it saves your pencils a bit longer as well, you don't want to keep sharpening them. That's a dark bit in there, and then we've got another darker bit here. I'm going to get the indigo next, dark indigo. Let's darken it up in here. Obviously that needs to be darkened still. I'm just going to get my tombow. I just want to take a little bit of that out actually. A bit too high up, I think, with that. That's it. Back with the dark indigo. Okay, and while I've got this, let's just put a bit more here and there. This is where they sort of cross over each other here. So that's in a bit darker in there. I'll probably use the slice tool here and there, just to lighten some areas, but it's going okay. We need to darken up here as well. I'm just working out where I am here. I think I've missed a feather out there. It really doesn't matter, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to worry about getting every single feather in. Just get rid of this pop-up on my computer. Okay, so that's the end of that bit there. Let's just darken those up now. So I'm going to go to the black. I'm just going to sharpen him actually. So I've got the black here. I just want to darken up between some feathers and underneath. Right, so we've got this feather here that's half in the shade. I'm just going to refine that a little bit more. Just going to gently go over the jade green with the black, just so it looks a bit more natural. And we've got that beak shape coming down. Okay. So just these gentle little marks that make all the difference. as these feathers are gradually, you know, over the top of these ones, so we're just going to put a bit of shading in with the black. Okay, and then I'm going to go over this indigo blue with the black. That's nice and dark in there. Okay, let's refine up here a bit more. So sort of coming round here. Okay, I'm going to go with the cold grey 3. Actually, let's go with cold grey 4. I just want to put a bit more depth under these ones. Just put a bit more pressure on. Got a little darker bit in there. Let's take that up a bit more into that one. We've got quite a big feather there. So I can use the same colour pencil, but varying the pressure, you get different strengths of the colour. So what's the matter? What is it? Okay, sorry about that. I had to let my dog out. She likes to nap on my bed in the day. So yeah, let's just carry on with this cold grey 4. So yeah, you can vary the pressure and get different colours. So I've got a few light ones coming over here, which I might get in with the slice tool. I'm actually going to run this over the green feathers here as well in places. She's gone back under her bed, under the table now. I'm dragging the colour underneath as well, just so it all sort of merges together. Don't want any harsh lines, because obviously feathers are soft. Just give that a little brush. That's it. Right, so I think next I need to darken up here. So I've got the warm grey 4. Just want to darken it up a bit more, and then I think we'll get the tombow out, or maybe the slice tool, or both perhaps. We'll see how we go. Also, I need enough pencil down before I can get the slice tool out anyway. So, okay, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with the tombow first. Just give it a nice clean. And then put in a few highlights. So let's lighten up some areas. Now it does seem silly to put pencil in and then take it out again. It's just the way it is with drafting film. It's a bit different than working on a paper. Doesn't seem to be rubbing out very well. Give it another clean. It seems like I've got a hard bit on the rubber and it's not doing a very good job. Let's try that. That seems to be working better now. It's just a bit softer than the slice tool. If you can get away with using the rubber instead. You can use this just to lighten rather than take it all out. Just need to keep cleaning it so we don't drag other colours over. It's working quite well, I think. So we've got these fine ones sort of coming over. Let's see if, I think that's going to be a slice tool job. So hopefully you can see I'm using this to take a little colour out. I'm not removing all the layers. I'm just taking some of the colour out. It does work quite well. I'm hoping that's focusing on that and not the hand actually. Another clean. That's the only trouble, you have to just keep cleaning it every second. But it is a good tool to have with drafting film. Okay, I think that'll do. Let's put a bit over here actually. It really does soften them up using the tombow. It's doing really well, I think. Okay, I think that'll do with this. I don't want to take too much off, obviously. Let's give that a nice brush, clean it. And then I'm going to get the slice tool. I'm actually going to shop around for the cheaper version of the slice tool because I think these alone are £25. Can't seem to get them any cheaper. And it's actually cheaper to get the whole pen rather than just get the blades, it seems. So I see other artists use different versions, so I'm sure there must be cheaper ones because these blades don't last that long and it gets a bit expensive. So I think I'm going to make that a mission and look around for cheaper ones. But anyway, let's put some lines across here. So we've got some feathers sort of sweeping over. It just makes the feathers look less regulated and more natural looking. I don't think we need to do too much more. Let's just go a bit down here. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that. I'm just going to get the warm grey 4 just to cover up the tops of these lines, just like that. Let's get the cold grey 4, that'll be fine, and let's just sort of refine those. I don't know if it's picking up. Just refining those lines. Losing my voice. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think that's worked quite well. So I've got the warm grey 2, the cold grey 2, sorry. I just want to fill in a bit of these whiter gaps. So I don't want them to just be with nothing on. I'm just going to touch that up a bit with the earth green, just a little bit. That's it. Just so it didn't look like it had been rubbed out. I'm going to get the indigo and just come along here. So I'm just doing a bit of a touch up around here. So I've got the dark indigo. Make it a bit more bluey in there. I'm just putting very light pressure on. So I'm just doing a bit of a tidy up. Okay, I think we're pretty much there on that area. Quite happy with that. I know what I do need to do actually. I've got the earth green yellowish again, and I just want to fill in this area a bit more. I've just missed a feather out there. That's all it needs. Okay, I think the next thing to do then is to come down here now onto the left side, and then work our way down, but we're well over halfway now, so I think it's coming along quite nicely. Right, so just looking at this reference photo now, we've got a big feather here, and on my photo this is where it's pretty much cut. So I think I'm going to do the same and have him cut down here. I can't remember if I've edited the photo and cut that myself, or that's just what it is on Pixabay. But I'm just going to go up to here. So yeah, so I'm just going to plan out these feathers here. I've got the earth green yellowish again. Yeah, just going to map these big feathers out, and then I can see where I am. Got this one here, but yeah, it just sort of comes down here. I think that's what I'm going to do. As I say, I can't remember if I've made the photo smaller or not really. I don't think I did. Right, so that's the start of the bigger feathers there. And then I'm going to get the indigo to do the edgings of these ones, I think. Yeah, let's go to the dark indigo. So as we've been doing all along, let's map out these feathers. I'm just using light pressure. Let's move my photo up actually. So we've got and then we've got like a grey bit in here. I think it's the I think it's one of these bigger feathers, but it's just, maybe it's just come out. So I think I'm going to ignore that and just do that bit green. So we've got that one going. Let's have a look here. Just move my photo up a minute. I think I'm going to put it in actually. So we've got, yeah, let's just put it in. Just going to use the dark indigo for these partings of the feather there. The line down the middle. It gets all dark under there. Right, so let's fill these in. I've got the earth green yellowish again, and I'm just going to start filling these in. Here we've got a bit of blue coming through on these ones, so I'm not going to fill it all in up here. I think the jade green would be nice up here. A bit of blue as well. Okay, we've got that. Oh no, that's not one. Let's go to the jade green. Put a bit on there actually, just a little bit. So. Okay, good. And then this little browny bit here, I think the sepia 10 would be good for that. Like a browny purpley colour. I've not used it for a while, so goodness knows where it is. I've got it, so it's the sepia 10%. I'm just going to run that down the side here where it gets a bit darker. Okay, good. I'm going to have to move it over. Right, so back to these green feathers. So I've got the Naples yellow. I think it'd be good to do what we did over here because that was quite a nice colour combination. So I've got the Naples yellow. I'm going to do pretty much the same. I'll put a bit of that over these ones as well. I'm going to bring that up over these feathers as well a little, just so it's all, you know, flowing nicely. I think we used the phthalo green in here. I think they could do with a bit more of a yellowy colour coming through. So let's go back to the olive green yellowish. Let's go over these feathers here. Let's put a bit more colour in. I'm putting like lines in as well in places on this side. Right, this is the sort of edge that we're not going to see, but I'm just putting it in. So I think it sort of cuts down this way. In my picture it does anyway. I think before I go any further, actually just put a bit up here as well. going to get the dark indigo next. And we've got feathers sort of coming down here, but they're separated rather than closed. So I'm just going to use this colour to do that. And then it gets a lot lighter as we go around there. So yeah, I think I'm going to get the dark indigo next and just do the edges of these feathers. Let's start round here, a bit lighter, but we'll start from here. Okay, I think that's it for that colour for now. I'm going to go back to the light phthalo green. I just want to use it to go over these ones we've just done, just to soften it all and just so it matches. As I say, it'll help to blend it a little bit more. Put a bit round here. Okay, I think that's coming along. I think I'm going to get the tombow for up here, just so we've got a few more like scallop looking like we did down here, because that worked quite well. So yeah, I'm going to get my tombow and do what we've done up here. Right, so I've got my clean rubber. I'm not taking all the layers out, I'm just sort of lightening some areas. I've taken a bit too much out there, but that's fine, I can put it back in. I have to go over it a few times. I don't know what's wrong with this bit of rubber. Doesn't seem to be playing the game. That bit's just snapped off. That's fine. Hopefully that's improved it a bit. And I might do some further down here and then just fill it in. Just a few more coming over here. Got to make sure I'm staying in the frame. Actually quite like doing this part actually, more so if the rubber works. For some reason it's not taking the pigment out as well as it normally does. Maybe it's me, I don't know. Don't think rubbers can go off or anything. I don't know. We'll get there. So the rubbers in these pencils, they come in tubes. I think you get 3 sticks in a tube. So it's not like it's left out in the air to dry out or anything. So I don't know. Going to lighten some areas over here, just in places. Do a few more down here and then I think that'll be it. Right, so I've got the cold grey one and I'm just going to go over the lines I've just taken out just so it can blend them in a bit more, and then we'll refine them again. Give that another brush. Okay, and then I think the next colour would be good is the green, the olive green yellowish again, and we're just going between them and refine them a little bit more.